Hi, everybody. Doug with Caliber Mine here to show off the latest feature addition to funnels. What you're seeing here is the summary tab for funnels. I'm going to take us through and look at the comparison tab. I always like to start here in the summary simply because it gives me a pretty good snapshot of what's happening in a given quarter. We're in July, folks. It is effectively January without snow. Tends to be really slow for B2B SaaS organizations. And that's showing up here. So I'm wondering, how am I doing? Am I actually squaring to where I should be? Is it just July? In other words, how is seasonality affecting me? Well, comparison is a great way to go figure that out. So I'm going to pop over to the comparison tab here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look back. I'm going to go back 5 periods. I'm going to look at this on a quarterly. I'm looking at my demand generation. I'm taking a look at the inbound stage. The starting period is this period, and I'm looking at journey starts. In other words, how am I comparing to prior periods? Well, when I pop this open and take a look, I'm going to find myself here. So if you can see, this is current quarter, and I'm seeing a bunch of other quarters lined up here. So current quarter versus previous quarter, I'm behind. Well, guess what? Q2 is always a stronger start and a slow finish. So what I really want to understand is, how am I doing compared to several quarters ago? In particular, I want to know how I'm doing compared to the same quarter last year. And that's this fourth quarter here. You can see that with the fourth quarter last year, sort of depending on where I'm looking. So 4 quarters ago, rather, I'm actually pacing ahead. In other words, I might be in a slow month, but I'm actually pacing ahead of where I was last July. And you know what? That's squaring in terms of the amount of pipeline I'm producing this quarter. Other way I can take a look at it as well is, what are other key aspects of the journey? I can take a look at automatically qualified accounts. That's the next stage down for us. I can take a look at our MQAs all the way down, so marketing qualified accounts, all the way down through late stage opportunities. In this case, I understand I've got a little bit of headwind going on in July, but I want to understand what's going on with marketing qualified accounts as well. How am I comparing to prior quarters, but in particular, how am I comparing to last year at this time? So if you see 4 quarters ago, I was actually at 10 MQAs. Well, guess what? I'm ahead of pace. And if I look at how we're projecting over time, last year, as you can see, 4 quarters ago, we actually landed right around 106 MQA. So what this is telling me is, how am I squaring compared to prior quarters? And then how are things looking based on where I currently stand? So that's how comparison works. Lots of different ways to skin this and take a look at it. Another way to sort of think about it also is just looking at how we're doing in terms of most immediate quarters. This is the simplest graph I can produce. And again, what you're seeing here is that based on seasonality, sort of behind compared to other quarters. But the most relevant quarter is the quarter last year, because guess what? That included July. All right, folks, thanks for spending some time with me.